G'day guys, we're back in action. It's round 15 of the NRL. We all had a 1 week break. Hope you all enjoyed the international round last week. Big props to Fiji for a massive win over Lebanon. Didn't get up too much last week. I would have liked to have seen Heimel Hunt score a try as I had Samoa 13 plus. Let's get into the round. Back to 8 games. Let's get into the video. On Thursday night, the first game sees the West Tigers up against South Sydney Rabbitohs. Now, the Tigers are here at Bankwest. Not great at Bankwest against the Raiders and the Eels. I think they've been piled about 80 points on them, and I think the pain continues. The Tigers are looking good at the moment. However, I'm going to tip the Rabbitohs here. Now, I think everyone's going to tip them 13 plus due to the fact that I will speak about the ins and outs, but Adam Reynolds being back is a massive in for them. I'm going to tip the Rabbitohs by 10. I'm going to start trying to say scores. So I'm going to say the Rabbits are going to win this game 22 points to 12. As for the ins and outs, you've got Josh Reynolds named on an extended reserves list for the Tigers, as well as Paul Mombrowski in the reserves list as well. For the Rabbits, there's quite a few. You've got Corey Allen named, Braden Burns possibly returning from injury. He is named, a chance of playing. Adam Reynolds, as I spoke about in number 7, a massive boo. And Sam Burgess is looking to return from his shoulder surgery. He's in doubt though. I really don't think he'll play. But I think the Rabbits do win this one. They continue the losses for the Tigers at Bankwest because it was Parramatta's home. And the Rabbits win 22 points to 12. Okay, so the next game sees the Dragons up against the Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys look good here. I just think they've got too many injuries at the moment, and that's why I have a slight lean here towards the Dragon. It's not by much. I'm going to tip the Dragons to win this one. Let's go 20 points to 12. Dragons by 8. Jordan McLean is named. Matt Scott is in doubt due to injury from the other night. I think it was at Lebanon. I might be wrong. I think it was Lebanon. And Scott Drinkwater, a massive in for the Cowboys. They've got a proper fullback. He ripped it up at the Melbourne Storm last year. We'll wait and see how he goes against Matt Duffy. I just think the Dragons will be too good here if Hunt and Norman show up again. They showed up a little bit against, we saw a preview of them at the Manly side, but they just weren't good enough. Hunt's going to be upset losing for the Maroons, and I think some Dragons are going to bounce back. You got Hunt. Obviously Norman didn't get a chance to play, but they experienced. Scott Drinkwater though, massive boost for the Cowboys. We'll wait and see. I'm tipping the Dragons by 8 here. The next game is going to be a cracker of a match. You've got the Roosters at Adelaide Oval up against the Storm. Last 3 games these sides have played, or maybe last two because you've got the grand final where they won 21-6, have been a 1-point decider. Now, I'm tipping the Storm here, even though the Roosters are at home. They beat Melbourne in Melbourne. I just think the Storm are establishing something on the back of the way Cameron Smith's playing. He is playing some really good footy, and I think they can win this one. However, I don't think it'll be a big win. I think the Storm win this one by 4. Let's go the Storm, 22 points to 18 for this match here. Brett Morris is named on an extended reserves list for the Roosters, so he has a chance of playing. Matt Ikuvalu is in the side. Tedesco's back. He was rested for the Bulldogs game due to Origin. And there's not many changes for the Melbourne Storm. I think they'll be too good here. Melbourne Storm by 4. The next game sees the Titans up against Manly. Now, Manly played the Titans and lost 34-14, if I might be wrong. It was a big loss for them, unexpected, when they were the favourite in that match at Lotto Land. I think Manly bounce back here and they win this one quite well. I can see the Titans scoring some points, but not enough to win. I think Manly win 30 points to 14. I'm going Manly by 16. Tom Trbojevic scoring a hat-trick for New South Wales the other night, just brilliant, and it will bring a lot of confidence into his game. Api Coruscant is out for Manly at the moment, and Jack Gasowski is not playing. Kane Elgie is named on an extended reserves list. We'll wait and see, and Brendan Elliott drops back to the bench. As for the Titans, Kevin Proctor looks to overcome a fractured eye. I don't think he'll play. We'll have to wait and see if he does. and Branko Lee is named with him on an extended reserves. But yeah, I think Manly will be too good here. I think Cherry Evans will be a bit angry at that Maroons loss, and Tom Trbojevic taking a lot of confidence. I think Manly win this one. On Saturday, second game sees McDonald Jones Stadium, the Knights up against the Broncos. Now, I like the Knights here. I think that the Broncos are really going to turn up for a fight in fairly low-scoring matchup here. I'm going to tip the Knights 18 points to 16. Richie Kenner is named on the wing for the Broncos, former Rabbitoh, I believe. James Seguiaro is on the bench. Well, he's actually on the reserve, so I don't know what they're doing with him, what their plans are. Aiden Guerra is a chance of playing for the Knights. I think you should rest him with that injury, though. And the inclusion of Clemmer is a massive in for them. Jermaine Asako is out for this one. I think they turn up and they put some points, the Broncos. I might even say that the Broncos might lead this match at halftime, but I think the Knights will be too good here, especially if Clemmer plays. I think they'll win bigger. I'm going to go the Knights 18-16. Game sees Parramatta up against the Raiders. Now, we are playing in Darwin here, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure we have won our last 4 straight up in Darwin. I know we beat the Cowboys last year. I forget who it was previously. We have a really good record at this stadium. However, I am tipping the Raiders, unfortunately, this week. I really want to go with the Eel. There is a massive in for us, and that is Dylan Brown. He is named on the starting sign from that back injury. It's a big in. But George Jennings and Will Smith are also named in the side. Brad Takarangi in starting role as Michael Jennings is out. The Raiders do not have Nick Kotrick in this match. They do have the return of Josh Hodgson, though, which is a big in for them. I'm going to tip the Raiders by 6, unfortunately, in this match. And I think the Raiders win this one 14 points to 20, which is the score that we won in Darwin against the Cowboys. I hope Parramatta win. I think Dylan will be in for a big game, but I think the Raiders will be too good here, unfortunately. The next game sees the Warriors at home against the Panthers. Now, the Warriors are shocking at home, which makes me worry about this. I think the Panthers, though, Nathan Cleary's out, but I think that their winning streak is about to end. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to lose consistently. I just think this game that the Warriors will really turn up. I believe it's Roger Tuivasa-Sheck's 100th game, which is a big thing for him. I think he will be on fire. I'm going to tip the Warriors in this one, 26 points to 14. I think it has a potential to be a higher scoreline than that. That's just what I'm going to go with. The Warriors by 12 in this match. As for the ins and outs, there's lots of ins for the Warriors. Harris Tavita, Gerard Beale, but Gerard Beale is named on the 18th reserve. He's not in the starting 17. Isaac Luke is out and Tohu Harris is out. As I spoke about, Nathan Cleary is out. Dean Ware looks to return from an injury, but we'll have to wait and see. I think the Warriors will be too good here and end Penrith's streak 26 to 14. The next game, which I'm going to, guys, I'm going on Sunday night, afternoon, you could say. The Bulldogs up against the Sharks. Now, I don't know how I'm going to this because I didn't guess the first try scorer, but, you know, Ladbrokes, love you guys. I think the Sharks win this one. I want to tip the Bulldogs 1 week, and eventually I will. They're going to cause an upset soon, and I think I know when. I'm going to leave it for now. I think the Sharks win this one quite big. The way they're improving lately and the fact that Aaron Woods is a chance of playing, I think it's a big in for them. Andrew Fafita out is a big loss. You could see an upset here. However, I think the Sharks win quite well, and I think they win this one 30 points to 10. As I said, Aaron Woods in, Jaden Brayley in, Kyle Flanagan in, Aaron Gray, all these good names. But the Bulldogs see the return of Jack Cogger, which I really like. He plays a good style of footy. Out is Jeremy Marshall-King, who had a cracker of a match against the Roosters, even though they lost. So Michael Leacher returns to hooker. Anyway, guys, those are my tips. 30 points to 10. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let's get into the best bets. All right, let's get into the best bets. I love doing this segment. I took Tommy Turbo last week as first try scorer in the Origin. Well, not last week, the other night in the Origin. I got up with that. Let's keep it up. Didn't do too well in... You know what? I'm thinking about combining it with AFL. I had a 3-leg multi that got up on the weekend. Let's go for it. My multi for this week. The Rabbits against the Tigers. The Storm to beat the Roosters. The Knights to beat the Broncos just. and the Sharks to beat the Dogs. $5 on, $30, paying $6.08 at the moment. My value multi is the Rabbits 1 to 12, the Storm 1 to 12, Manly and the Cronulla 13 plus, $71.60 if you want to have a think about that. As you know, I like to go for my roughy try scorers, so I've gone very rough this week. Cam Murray for the Rabbits, his quick play the balls, his ability to run the ball, I think he can cross the line over the Tigers match at Bankwest. Ryan Pappenhausen for the Storm against the Roosters. I don't think there'll be many tries in the match. I think he'll be one of them. Dylan Walker for Manly as they put a score on the Titans, playing in the centres. I think he can cross over. And Matt Moylan for the Sharks. I think he's a chance of scoring against the Dogs. That will get you $110. Now for the Mega. This one is absolutely mental, this guy. I'm telling you now, if I get this is bloody awesome. I don't think I will. Mega Multi. Esan Masters to score at any time in the Rabbits and Tigers game, even though the Tigers won't win. The Storm 1 to 12. Edric Lee, I think he's going to have a massive game and he's going to score 2 or more tries in the Knights and Broncos game, which basically means that he's doing all the scoring. Under 39 points in the Eels versus Raiders, fairly low scoring. And then Ken Mamalo at any time for Warriors and Penrith, $147. Good luck, guys. Back it if you would like, obviously, gamble responsibly. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my Bulldogs and Sharks video on Sunday. Thanks for watching.